Hi guys, just going to make a video response to your questions for atheists or people who don't believe in either God or Christianity. First off, I would like to mention that I am atheist and agnostic. They are two different things, but it is possible to be both because they both refer to different beliefs that one can't have at the same time. Okay, as far as question number one, what kind of evidence would it take for you to believe in God? Is there anything that you could say to actually convince me that He exists? Well, as far as my beliefs go, this God is physically unable to be proven to exist. As far as everything that is within human perception, it is literally impossible to prove that such a thing exists. Which is why Christianity and all its denominations and most other religions are called faiths. Faith is something which entails you believing in something simply because you choose to believe it. It is the belief in something without evidence to prove it to exist. It means that basically if you're a Christian, you are going to believe in what your religion entails with no evidence needed. Meaning that you accept the fact that you can't truly know whether God exists or not, but you choose to believe that He does. You choose to believe in the religion. That is the agnostic part of me. My philosophy on that is, and everything else in life, is that you should never, or that you can never, you can't ever basically say that something does or does not exist without actually being able to prove that it does or does not exist. Therefore, I would never say that He does exist, nor would I say that He doesn't exist, because I can't prove it either way. Question number two. Is there anything that I could possibly do to convince you that God exists? I just realized, yeah, I answered that as question number one. I don't know why. I'm kind of tired. I took sleep aids. So I guess I'll answer question number one. What kind of evidence would it take for you to believe in God? Well, physical evidence. I would need to have something which is written in the Christian Bible about Him to be apparently true. I would need more than just faith to believe that He exists. I do not hold faith to be a reason to believe something to be inexorably and undeniably true. Frankly, to believe in something that blindly, when there is absolutely no evidence of it, is actually quite foolish, naive, and possibly even dangerous to yourself. So, in the case of evidence, since no evidence at all exists, and that is primarily the reason why atheists and agnostics do not believe in the God, then I would say that any kind of actual evidence would perhaps persuade me. Question 3. If you realized that an all-loving God existed, would you desire to have a relationship with Him? If you answered yes, would you want to have a relationship with Him just to get to heaven or for some other reason? Well, as far as what I normally do in my life, I can't say that I ever have a relationship with anyone or anything just for personal gain. If I choose to have a relationship with someone, whether it be friendship or otherwise, it's usually because of who that person is, their qualities, how they make me feel, what I can do for them, basic friendship values. I would have to say that if God was all-loving, which, according to what I've read in the Christian Bible, He clearly is not, I guess I would like to have a relationship with Him. He is a God, after all, isn't He? But, as I said, there is no way that anything, whether it be a god or not, could ever be depicted committing the atrocities that are depicted in the Bible, and still be able to call himself an all-loving or righteous God. So that question is pretty fundamentally flawed. Question number 4. Have you ever met a Christian who lives their life in such a way that it is clear that they really believe in an all-loving God? Yes, I have. Pretty much every Christian I have ever met seems to truly believe in this all-loving God. And in most cases, it's because they themselves don't really know much about their own religion. Most of them have never even read much of the Bible at all, much less in all of it, which in turn, that alone makes them hypocrites. Another one of my philosophies is that you should never, ever speak for something or against something that you are ignorant of. In other words, in my case, had I not read the Christian Bible, then I could not claim to know anything about it, and I therefore could not consider myself to be justified by speaking against it. And if I were a Christian, the same thing. I could not see myself as justified for speaking for it, had I not read it and knew what I was talking about. So, yes, I do believe that most Christians are generally delusional, and that they blindly place their faith in an all-loving God when their Bible, the very book of the Scripture, depicts Him not being all-loving. Most of them are good people. Also, most of them, had they read most of their Bible, they would probably not be a Christian, because anyone who is morally good would not follow such a tyrant and a perverted, twisted, evil being. Question number 5. Has the presence or lack of those types of Christians had any impact on your atheism? Feel free to make a video response, blah blah blah. Okay. No, I can't say that any type of Christian, or how they act, what they say to me, whatever, has had any kind of impact on my beliefs. I truly believe that I would believe the exact same way I do now, regardless if I had ever even met a Christian. I believe what I do because I've read the Christian Bible. I have thought it out for myself, I have studied it for myself, and I've come to my own conclusions without the help of others. And really, I could meet the sweetest, kindest, best person in the world, and they could be Christian, and I may love them, but I'm still going to feel as I do, regardless. So, there's the answers to your questions, and feel free to ask me more, or if you'd like to discuss more about my beliefs on Christianity. If you feel that you may somehow be able to convince me otherwise, please feel free to take a stab at it. Thank you.